So we are proud to announce that we have partnered with the Fantasy Sports Alliance. We are official partners. They're going to bring you a unique, one-of-a-kind fantasy football experience. It is a $50 buy-in. That is all it takes, and there is no limit on the amount of teams that are going to be in the FSA. They have 16 regions spread across the entire globe. Each region will crown a champion to face off in this crazy playoff scenario. Right now, based on an 80-team format, $800 goes to the first place, $400 for second, and there are actual bowl games that you can even enter in, and you can even enter in the Hall of Fame for this thing. It is amazing. The league was established in 1993. It's owned and operated by a 17-year Army veteran. The great thing about this league is you'll literally be able to say that you are a world champion. Check FSA out at fsa-fr.com.
Welcome to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. Hope everybody having a great week. It's the second weekend in July. We're here. We're ready to kill this. We're like Kawhi going to talk to the Lakers. Moving them meetings around.
Wah, wah, wah.
Poor Lakers.
Suck it, LA.
Anthony Davis lost out on $4 million. I think that's what got lost in the shuffle here.
Anthony Davis also lost to number 23 because Nike said, oh, yeah, we're not doing that because LeBron has deals with us and we're not changing a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
So he's going to number 3. His high school
Nike gets their way. Because they're Nike.
No, but the jacked up thing is like Anthony Davis is like, I won't take the $4 million trade kicker because we need that max slot for Kawhi, right? And they're like, yeah.
They got Boogie and Rondo.
For league minimums. So he could have taken the $4 million.
Yeah, he could have got it. Yeah.
And who's the guy that...
He also signed for less with the
Danny
Clippers,
Green
just
got
saying.
more money than Boogie.
Yeah.
Like $14 million.
Yeah, but Danny Green's a more proven player at this point.
What?
Sadly.
Well, they need shooters.
What has Boogie ever done?
Boogie used to be one of the top 20 players in the league.
Boogie's a big man
three-point
coming off an Achilles injury and didn't do crap with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, he had two good games in the finals.
Yeah. Congratulations, Boogie.
He had 2 great games.
You didn't get your ring. Sorry.
He had one great game.
And when he was on the court, he looked good.
Not the first game.
He was
not the first game. The first game, but
unplayable in certain spots.
Pick and roll. Porzingis and Doncic.
Kristaps Porzingis?
They're going to run him off the...
I'm excited because this is the year of duos. It's the tag teams.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Even Houston's got them a new tag team.
Yeah, I don't like that move at all, but...
You know? They're
No.
friends.
Apparently him and
Who's
Chris Paul
taking
are.
the last shot?
Harden.
You think so,
No,
but you know Russ is crazy enough to take that shot.
Harden's going to make it.
No, they both will.
Yeah, he will, but
Well,
Russ
okay.
will take it.
Think about it this way. So I heard the same thing. Like, oh my God, it's bad. But if they can work it out where they work subs and they get Westbrook or Harden against the second team now, where normally one of them be resting, and Harden also said he doesn't want to do what he had to do last year for them to win.
Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, because he had like everyone's like, oh, he's like the only way we win is if I have the usage rate ridiculous.
Here's the problem, though. Russ will play that way and then not win. He doesn't care about having a massive usage
deferred
rate.
last year to Paul George.
That's because he was terrible, and
But no,
Paul George was on fire.
His scoring numbers and his usage rate went down with Paul George.
1 year is not a consistent trend, though.
Is Harden better than Paul George?
All around, offensively, yes. All around, no.
Defensively,
Yeah.
Neither one of them playing defense. They're
No,
going to have to score.
Well, that's the thing.
Mike
Like,
D'Antoni is having a wet dream. It's old Phoenix Suns. We're going to try to score 150 and keep you to 147.
yep, they aren't playing defense. That team is a sieve,
Clint Capella is about the only defensive thing they got.
right?
No, Eric
Yeah.
Gordon's not bad.
Eric Gordon is overpaid.
I mean, he's good because he plays next to
so
Harden.
badly.
Yeah, but he's not bad.
But he's playing out of position.
Yeah, he's going to be
He's
small
a small shooting guard playing the 3.
so stupid.
It's gonna be real small.
I think, yeah, anyway, that's a huge tangent. But NBA's been exciting. We can
It
all
has
agree
been.
that free agency since
has
that
been.
dropped has been amazing.
Amazing.
So, Josh, you probably heard this. I don't know if you did, Brad, but Simmons compared him to Michael Corleone in
Yeah.
The Godfather.
Oh,
Talking about Kawhi.
Kawhi, yeah.
yeah.
And that's a perfect analogy for that because he did. He just pulled everybody's strings. Like he was like, dance, puppets, dance.
Well, did you hear what the Thunder tried doing before they traded to the Clippers?
To Toronto. Yeah, I did
they're
hear
going to
about
give Russ and Paul George to Toronto.
that. Yeah.
Toronto's like, no.
Well, it's going to be including like Siakam or something. But
The East is wide open now too.
So
It's kind of crazy.
No, I think it's between Philly and Milwaukee.
Giant Philly.
Speaking of
don't like
guys,
that.
The Heat?
they have Jimmy.
Yeah. That's all you need, baby. You need a Jimmy so you don't knock her up.
Okay, so speaking of people demanding trades, there was an NFL player.
Oh, yeah. Get back to the NFL news. Oh, let's talk about the NFL.
That's what people are here for.
You don't know what they're here for. I don't know what they're here for.
Maybe they're just here to hear us talk because they like us.
Exactly. Yeah, no, okay. So, out
Gosh
of
darn
LA,
it, I'm good enough.
we have more news about an LA running back this offseason. LA running backs might be pretty bad next season. It went from being 2 of the possibly top 5 to possibly not having any good running backs in LA.
Well,
No, Eckler will always be there.
Okay, Melvin Gordon. Since if people don't know, they're only listening to us for the news. Melvin Gordon either wants an extension or they want him to trade him. I don't think he understands what the weather in Buffalo is like. But
You're going to learn today.
cold.
Marshawn did something very similar back when he was a rookie.
But he got out of Buffalo.
No, he got shipped to Buffalo.
No. He got out of Buffalo.
Oh, he did get out of Buffalo. Who went to Buffalo? Who was the other one that went to Buffalo? There was
Fred Jackson?
Fred Jackson.
He was Buffalo. There were a couple.
C.J. Spiller.
C.J. Spiller, yeah.
That was a
I
three-headed
thought they
monster.
drafted him.
Who's C.J. Spiller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they
but-
draft Marshawn, though? They didn't?
Did they draft Marshawn?
Buffalo? I can't remember.
Yeah, Buffalo drafted
Yeah, I think they
him.
did.
They
Yeah,
did, and then he went to Seattle.
and then they traded.
And he
him to
was
Seattle.
not ready for it.
Yeah. LaShawn McCoy, his, skyrocket since he got requested a trade and went to Buffalo.
Womp womp.
He didn't request a trade.
No, Sean Kelly traded, Sean
Chip
Kelly.
Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
Chip
Did I
Kelly
say
was
Sean?
a douchebag and traded away some of the best players to get
His players.
Kiko
His
Alonso.
players.
His
Oh yeah, Kiko.
Is that where they
Kiko
were?
was good till he started
For like
dying of injuries.
a year,
He
ish,
was good for 1 year.
maybe.
1 year.
Yeah.
All right.
No, he got rid of
So,
everybody. Deshaun.
what do you
everybody.
guys think? Do you think Melvin Gordon, first off, do you think he will actually – he's going to set out camp. Do you actually think he sets out the season like Le'Veon Bell did last year?
No, man.
I think he will.
Okay. Josh, why?
I think he will because he's seen the landscape now. We've gathered enough data over to these guys that go ahead and play, get injured. You see all this stuff because it's all publicized now. It's all out there in the open. The world is a lot smaller because of our phones. You see what happened to, and just for reference, DeMarcus Cousins. He lost out on over $100 million
Easy.
easily. I mean, you see these guys and they go out there and they do it for what? I think that he will hold out. And I can't really say I blame him. I don't like this for the sport, but I don't blame the guys for getting their money.
Okay. Eric, why do you think he will not?
So he's been on a rookie deal, right? Not making a lot of money. He gonna want them checks.
Yes.
He'll take his game checks. The unfortunate part is if he sits out camp, his conditioning's probably crap, and he's injury prone as it is. Brad, you and I love soft tissue injuries for running backs. Here we go, all over again. He'll play, 12 games again, maybe.
And I think you hit the nail on the head there, Eric, with the money. Le'Veon Bell held out a whole year, but he was making $20 million
Yeah, he got banked.
on all those franchise tag years. He was making loads of money, and he
He had a rap album too, didn't he?
you got to think he was relatively smart about his money. He prepared. He was prepared to hold out. Him and his agent sat down. They set up finances to make sure he would be good.
Yeah, have fun with Adam Gase in New York, nerd.
Melvin Gordon is the 5th year of his deal for the rookie deals, the first rounders, is the big year. It's the $5 million. So he hasn't got, compared to other NFL players, I know compared to us normal peons out here in the world, we'd be like, oh my God, 300,000, thank God.
I would take
I'd
the
weep
$5
with joy.
million, and I'd be
Yeah.
okay with it.
But I think he does play. Now, will he set out camp? Yes. Do I think they give him a long-term deal? I mean, if they want to win now with Rivers, because the window is closing very soon with Rivers,
Oh, yeah.
they're going to have to give him a deal if they want to win.
And they've seen what happens whenever they try to have other guys fill his place. They're not – Austin Eckler is not Melvin Gordon.
No.
But those guys were filling his place in roles where they weren't prepared to. Now, what if we give Eckler and Justin Jackson a full camp to be the number one guy where they get the number one reps all through practices and all that? Because that is a whole different situation when you talk about a full camp, full practices.
But how many guys are straight up 3-down backs anymore?
Nobody, but they can
Those
piece it
guys
together.
aren't. Yeah, they could piece it together.
Yeah, they could piece it together, but Eckler doesn't have the nose for the red zone like Gordon. I don't think he definitely doesn't have the trust of the franchise down around that area like Gordon does either.
No, but they still look and they're like, we have Rivers.
It's the same reason that Matt Nagy went out and traded Jordan Howard is because whenever he came off the field, defense was like, oh, okay, well, they're probably going to throw a pass out to.
Yeah, and when he's on the field, they're going to run the ball.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like, in theory, that's like, oh, yeah, we'll piece it together, we'll make it work. But coaches, there's a lot more to it than that. Coaches don't want guys that can't do both.
You're right.
And
he's an underrated pass blocker, too. He's actually a pretty good pass blocker.
Melvin Gordon? Melvin Gordon had his best season statistically last year. I always hated his yards per carry, and he averaged almost 5 yards a carry last season.
Yeah.
He had a great year statistically, and that was with the injuries. I don't – after the year that he had, even with the injuries, I think that they're going to pay him. I don't know if it'll be in the ballpark that he wants, but they're going to do some back and forth, and I think they're going to want to work this out.
And Melvin Gordon was the most successful back last year against an 8-man in the box. That's something to look at.
He's got a nice broken tackle rate. He's not elusive in terms of speed, but he'll knock you down and get you out of his way. So, question for you guys then. If he sits out all of camp, does it affect where you draft him? Because he's in, probably 6-7 range?
He's he's in next tier. He's one of those top guys in the next tier.
He's a tier 2 guy.
Tier 2, but he's a top tier 2 guy. Like, you look at the top, like he's... Like, I still like him over David Johnson just because I think the offensive is better.
Yeah. No, for sure. Their line's better.
Their line's better. Quarterback play is more solidified. I'm not going to say it's better because I haven't seen Kyler Murray play, but...
Yeah. In PPR, there was one running back in the top 20 that only played 12 games. That was Melvin Gordon, and he was 8th. So it just tells you how great he was. I mean, on a per-game basis... He was better than Zeke. He was better than James Conner. I mean, this is a guy that he was almost as good as Alvin Kamara on a per game basis. This is a guy that he's doing it for you in fantasy, and he's going to do it for his team, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's still a guy. I want to see what happens. And this news is still new. Do I think they trade him? Do you guys think they trade him? If they trade him, what's that do to his value? Other than camp. Because we all think he's going to probably play. He might do a lot of setting up, but he'll probably play games.
It's entirely dependent on where he ends up if they trade him. That's all. It's like
Buffalo.
Nope.
In the tank. Yeah.
Don't want that.
Not good.
You drop him all the way down the second round or farther?
Yeah, probably late second. Maybe.
Can he play in the cold? Where did he go to college?
He went to college in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Okay.
He played in the cold. What if he goes to the Raiders? I don't know. The Raiders make a weird play, and even though they draft a running back.
The two-headed monster.
God, no.
I mean, I guess. I wouldn't like
it. It's better
it.
than Buffalo, though, right?
It's better than Buffalo.
It's better than Buffalo, but not much.
I don't want
Not
that.
by a long shot.
We'll see what happens. This is all speculative.
Now, what about Kansas City?
No.
Do they have money? Because if he goes he's not going to go anywhere.
Who cares?
They're
Fit
not
him
going
in
to trade
there.
for him unless they sign him.
They're not paying Patty yet.
But they're paying a lot of guys on defense.
They're going to have to pay Tyreek eventually.
I think they're still looking at that. They still have money tied up in a lot of other places.
If they could fit him in, oh my goodness, that would be
Eric
great.
Berry's still pulling a lot of money from them. Justin Houston's pulling a lot of money from them still in the cap. I don't think their cap situations is good.
Do you like him in Miami?
No.
That's such a crowded backfield. I'll be worried about them committing.
That
Let's
line's
say
not
they
good
cut
either.
Deion Lewis and he goes to Tennessee.
Nah, Derrick Henry, I think.
He's better than Derrick Henry.
He is better than Derrick Henry, but Derrick
I'd
Henry's
worry
kind of
about
the
goal
established
line
guy
work.
there.
I'd worry about them trying to save him because we've seen the injury work. Yes, he is a 3-down back, but he's a 3-down back that hasn't played 16 games.
He'd
yet.
be in committee with.
What if he goes down to
Henry.
Jacksonville? I know this is the last team I'm going to do. But let's say he goes down to Jacksonville.
That's probably the best one we've said so far.
Yeah.
If they move Fournette with it. Like, somehow they tag Fournette with the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got random people sneaking in the window. Everybody's here to see the Empty Wagon podcast.
It's hot, man. It's hot out here.
It is. All right, next little bit of news comes out of the Redskins. I didn't say it, but this is an NFC East, the Beast of the East episode. Darius Geist, coming back from his knee, tweaked his hamstring, is recovering from a hamstring injury. How does that make you all feel?
Shocking. That's all I have to say about it. In the most sarcastic way possible, if you didn't pick up on that.
Well, why? I mean, why do you say that?
He blew out his ACL non-contact injury
Yeah.
in camp.
Okay.
Now he's got another soft tissue injury. I just don't. these like continued injury things, they just sour me on guys like this.
Darius Geis was already a controversial guy coming out of college anyway at LSU.
But there's still a lot of hype around him.
Yeah, there was. And let's not forget last year that Adrian Peterson held his own just fine.
He did.
In Washington, and they did bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that a little bit later, too.
So I think with guys going down, I'm definitely – I agree with you. And we know, Brad, we've talked about this on the podcast for a very long time, several episodes, and soft tissue injuries are one of those things, man. Like, they just linger.
They nag. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like, Eric just brought up how he said we love talking about soft tissue.
Yeah, he did. But I'm saying, like, we talked about it several times.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have talked about it before I was on the show. So
just nag and nag all year long. And that was something that I hadn't really paid attention too much until I started hanging out with you, Brad, is that you pointed it out to me. And it's true. In fantasy football,
it affected Melvin Gordon in London last year.
It's a big deal.
Like, he had a little bit of an injury, flew on a plane to England, and then could not play.
Yeah. And there's just so many stories around the league throughout the history of the league of guys that had all this potential and then they just can't stay healthy. And it just feels like he's going to be one of those guys to me now.
Sam Bowie.
Okay, he had broke his leg. You know what he does now?
The guy at the Alamo?
He was the guy taken before, Jordan.
Yeah,
do you know what Sam Bowie does now? Because he went to Kentucky. I know all about Sam Bowie.
What did he do?
He broke his legs, right, playing
I remember
basketball.
that.
He tried to play through broken legs.
Both of them.
Yes. And,
everybody forgets that Olajuwon was also drafted ahead of Jordan.
Yeah, but that one's okay.
Yeah, it is okay because Olajuwon was amazing.
He won 2 titles. That's what makes it okay.
He did. While Jordan wasn't in the league.
Went on hiatus.
But he won 2.
Because he was suspended for
Sam
gambling.
Bowie now, though, because he lives back in Kentucky, he takes horses that have broken their legs, and normally when a horse breaks his leg, he shoots it, he rehabilitates horses.
Sam Bowie does?
Yeah.
Good for you, Sam.
Because he has something in common. Like, he's like, I had to get rehabilitated.
Oh, I'm a broken thing. I have a soft spot for
Jordan,
broken
and
things.
he's a better human being than Jordan.
Yep.
Okay, I'm good with that.
I never said Jordan was a good human being. He's the GOAT, though. Fight me.
But yeah, there are guys that come out with potential every year.
He's the
Bill
GOAT.
Russell.
GOAT.
All right. So let's just get into the NFC East here. Well, we got some other news. We got some Zeke news. We got some other stuff. But let's just get into the NFC East because it all kind of ties back to the NFC East.
Okay.
Unless there's some non-NFC East
Hang on,
news.
I got one. Yeah, I got one
Okay,
thing.
one thing
I
you want to talk about?
So Damian Williams named starter by Andy Reid. Why do I keep trying to say Randy?
Randy
Reid.
Andy Reid. Coach speak, or do you think he's legitimately going to be the guy, like the bell cow back?
I think it's the guy they want to be the starter on opening day, and he'll get the first snap. Does that mean he gets the majority of the snaps? I don't know what that. Starter and workhorse are 2 different words.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Because they want to come out airing the ball out, probably. Because they're going to want to come out their first game showing off their offense.
Sling it.
Right. Because it's still warm in Kansas City. You got to get Mahomes' numbers up while it's still warm. Because when it gets cold,
probably not going to throw too much, yeah.
They will, but...
I mean, he was good in the playoffs last year. He was good all year long, but...
And the Tyreek Hill thing, we don't know what's going on with that. Nobody knows. There's more new video came out.
Oh, okay. All right.
The unedited tape came out now, which makes it seem like...
See, I did not hear about this.
Maybe we shouldn't have jumped the gun. Maybe what TMZ edited wasn't exactly what should have been said because people thought that TMZ was a legit news organization. That
it's TMZ.
Would release the actual factual stuff and wouldn't try to get hot takes.
No.
Everybody does hot takes now.
That doesn't sound right.
So
doesn't sound right at all.
Okay. I was just curious. Josh, what do you think? Anything about this?
I don't care.
You're not really big on Damian Williams. I know there's a lot of hype surrounding him, so I figured we should bring it up. Because a lot of guys are gonna be like, "Oh, this reinforces my, I've been stashing him on Dynasty, or I'm gonna draft him in the second round or whatever this year."
No, I mean,
late
still
second
keep him on
round.
your team. Get ready to use him. I mean, he's going to be there. But when camp comes up and we see who's getting first team reps, who's out there doing this, when preseason starts up, and let's see, are they using him? Are they not going to use him?
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think he will be the starter day 1, but I don't think they're afraid to go away from him.
No, Reed's going to use who gets it done. And he's never been afraid to do that.
No.
So,
alrighty, NFC East time. We're going to start off with the Dallas Cowboys.
Them boys.
They won the division last year, correct?
don't remind me.
They did.
I wanted them to tank so hard.
Who did they take in the first round? Nobody. Because
Amari Cooper.
So if they would have tanked, it wouldn't have helped them.
That's true.
Well, no, they shouldn't have traded for Amari. and then tanked the rest of the way, then they could have got Kyler Murray, possibly a real quarterback.
Jerry Jones won 3 Super Bowls.
Jimmy Johnson won 3 Super Bowls.
No, Jimmy Johnson.
And then Tom Landry won the others.
But Jimmy Johnson was only coach.
Before that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson was only coach for the first 2.
For 2.
Barry Switzer, baby.
Barry Switzer won with Jimmy Johnson's team. He didn't do anything special. He just didn't he didn't rock the boat.
Herschel Walker won those 3 championships.
Damn sure did.
They traded
that was Jimmy Johnson's trade.
That was Jerry's
and his
trade,
understanding of the market efficiency for compensatory picks, because he cut everybody that he got in that trade.
Okay, let's go off in the past, go into the future.
Watch the NFL films on that. It's awesome.
So when we talked about the last thing, we did the AFC North, correct? And we talked about great quarterback play. Looking here,
not much.
At the East, we don't have it. We're going to start off with the Dak attack.
Dak Prescott makes me sad.
Do you guys want to start Dak?
No.
Well, he finishes the 10th overall quarterback.
I don't know how though.
He starts week 1 at home against the Giants. I'm okay with that. The Giants defense is
even so. The thing is that some of these guys didn't play the whole season. Like Mitchell Trubisky missed a couple games. Carson Wentz missed 5 games. Josh Allen missed a bunch of games. But on a per game basis, Dak was 13th overall.
Which still isn't bad.
No, that's not bad.
And he runs the ball.
So he's a fringe starter, no matter what. I don't want him to be my guy, but if I can steal him late and have him as my backup, my fill-in, I'm good with that.
And he gets his safety blanket back.
Yeah,
Jason Witten's back. His safety blanket.
Jay Witt, baby.
Yeah,
we'll see how that goes. He's like Linus on the Peanuts. He got his blanket back.
And all that hair.
Yeah, all that hair. Look, to put this in context, Eli Manning finished as the 16th best quarterback last year in PPR. So, okay, Dak was 10th. Great. I watch this guy week in and week out. He's not good. Okay, he might be decent fantasy-wise, and yeah, if you stash him late, you got a good backup. But
I mean, week 1, I'm not mine. Sorry.
He is going to live and he's going to live and die by Amari Cooper. Because Gallup's there. Okay, great. Jason Witten came back. Yada yada yada. Zeke,
he can get a couple dump offs to Zeke.
Yeah. Right, and he can dump it to Zeke. Cool. All right, that pads your, completion percentage and maybe some yards. But other than Amari, he's going to live and die with him. And what have we said about Amari Cooper? He's got 3 good games in him a year. You got to pick which one he's going to get. So Dak will be mediocre to below average most of the season, and he'll have a couple of big games. So you got to pick the right one if he's going to be your guy. If you're a Cowboys fan, take the blinders off. We can get rid of Dak. It's fine. It'll be okay. Just get rid of Dak.
Well, the one good thing about Dak is that he doesn't turn the ball over as much. His interception numbers are usually down. He only had 8 last year. 8 interceptions.
He also only had 22 touchdowns.
But if he's only throwing 8 picks, that's not terrible for you.
It's not terrible.
And he also rushed for 6 touchdowns. So don't forget about that.
And he gets to play Philly and the Giants twice. Yeah. And those are some of the worst defenses in the league.
He ran the ball in for 6 touchdowns, so he really got 28.
They did start using him more in the running game. It does help his fantasy value for sure. And I think
he almost had 4,000 yards.
Almost.
I mean, but I'm saying in a run-first offense, which he is in.
Oh, absolutely, definitively. Yeah, Zeke's the best player on the team.
Not most people will have Russell Wilson's numbers in a run-first offense. Mm-hmm. He is a safe quarterback to play matchup-based, right? You'll matchup play him. Week 1 against the Giants, you're not upset with that.
Sure, no. You're going to probably get a pretty good game out of him.
And then you can dump him. You don't have to worry about dumping him.
Right. Well, he's also a good guy to maybe stash if he gets hot in the beginning of the season. Use him as trade bait. Cool. I'm fine with that. But, oh, God, as a starter, as my number 1 guy because he finished 10th overall last year, I don't want that.
And we'll get in where you want to put him with the rest of the quarterbacks of this at the end of the show like we have. But I kind of want to move on to the biggest guy for Dallas that we want to talk about, Zeke, right?
Nom, 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 nom. Feed the man. Feed him.
Right? Love him.
Just feed him.
Love him.
And sometimes they go away from feeding him. They're in a run-first offense, but they do some weird stuff with him.
That's because Jason Garrett's an idiot.
Yeah.
So is Scott. But thanks a lot, guys.
We got the offensive coordinator to save the day there.
Kellen Moore?
Yeah.
It's going to go great. Can't wait. They said he's a think outside the box kind of guy because he came from Boise State.
And Jerry won't let him outside that box.
Jerry's going to throw it to Maury and feed Zeke. That's going to be it.
So Zeke Elliott. There is some news about Zeke. Kind of want to say first.
I thought we were in the clear.
He had the thing. He met with the NFL about the incident. They said no suspension, You're fine. It did not meet the personal conduct policy. You're good. Go on with your day. Now it's coming out that they may re-look into it again because the individual that he pushed over, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a security guard in Las Vegas, and he didn't. Okay,
he's a big man.
He touched him, but that dude flopped like LeBron. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to hear it. Like James Harden going down in the playoffs.
Now the guy wants to press charges. So I have a good feeling that the NFL will be willing to reopen this up once they find out what happens. I don't know how that'll work out because last time Goodell reopened something that he had already said and gave it a ruling on was Ray Rice, and that did not look good.
Yeah, but
They've been a lot better. Like Kareem Hunt, they waited till they saw video to give the.
And that's the thing. They've seen everything. They saw the video. They made their ruling. I feel like this is double jeopardy at this point. Like they have all the evidence. There's no, this came out after the fact.
But
if
a judge comes out and says that he's responsible for something, the NFL could take some kind of stand. Now, does that affect this year at all? Because we have seen Zeke push suspensions to the next year.
Yeah. And if he does get suspended for this, I don't think since they already made a ruling where they're like, you're good. We'll let you slide this time. I feel like if they did suspend him, it would be 2 to 4 games, and he's still a guy you want to draft, even if it's only 2 or 4 games.
Okay, now let's look at this not from a redraft, but more of a dynasty. This is Zeke's second time with question marks or possible suspensions. And he has a lot of miles on his legs. If you're in dynasty, are you looking to move Zeke sometime this year or into this year?
I don't think you do it yet.
Josh, as a Zeke owner?
I wouldn't pull the trigger yet.
God, no.
I mean, if you can get a haul for him, right? If you can get a haul.
The price has got to be, it's going to be steep.
I know. But
is it going to be like Paul George to the Clippers?
Because you don't want to be the one holding the Zeke basket when he goes to Tennessee like DeMarco Murray and falls apart.
It depends. Are you contending or are you
pretending?
Yeah. Nailed it. He just high-fived himself into a mirror. Anyway, yeah, so if you're contending, it's going to take a lot. But I still wouldn't do it. And if you're pretending, like you said, then yeah, go get the bag.
Sure. Okay. But you should be thinking about that anyway if you're not in contention.
But that's what I'm saying with Zeke, though, is something. If you're that team that's borderline, like he's a guy that can push you over the edge.
Sure. He can win you games. He can win you leagues. This is
the second time dealing with possible suspensions, missing time. When he's on the field, he is amazing. But then again, how many carries did he have last year? Do you guys have that number?
304.
304
That's
carries.
That's fine. That's perfectly manageable.
He had 242 the year prior, but he only played in 10 games.
Yeah.
And the year prior to that was 322. And granted, he's never played in 16 games.
You need to get them teats up, though.
He's never played in 16 games, not usually because of injury. It's usually because they're resting for the playoffs or they're doing
or they're out of the playoffs.
They're load managing.
He played in 15 games. The guy who was closest to him was Saquon. Saquon played in all 16, and he's still 40 carries behind Zeke.
But then let's look at receptions.
Well, yeah, the man has to carry the whole team.
The biggest thing with Zeke was the jump in receptions last year.
77.
Like that.
Saquon, 91.
His biggest was his rookie year with 32.
Mm-hmm.
And he went up to 77, which I love that fact. I hope Kellen Moore sticks with that, because if they're using him in the passing game, do you think, I know it's weird, do you think Jason Witten will affect it?
No.
Because Jason Witten isn't running deep routes. I think Zeke took a lot of those routes that normally Witten would run.
No, I don't think Dak has. I talk about rapport with receivers all the time. Dak only had. Did he even have a year with Witten before? Maybe a year or two? His first year. Correct. Okay, so his first year, he's been gone since then. He's got Zeke is a guy he trusts. I feel like he's going to look for Zeke instead of Jay Witt. And I don't think Jay Witt is going to get any kind of separation.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying the routes that are drawn up for somebody, because opportunity matters. There was a lot of times when they would leave Zeke into block when they had plenty. Like you, why would you leave your best offensive player back to block?
Well,
I understand if you're running max protects because they're going to bring a blitz, but
right. Hopefully, Kellen Moore alleviates that kind of stuff. But again, like you said, Jerry's in there. Feed Amari, kind of stuff. We'll see.
Speaking of Amari, you guys good to move on to Amari Cooper? One of the receivers
He's
here?
Really the only receiver? I mean...
So Cole Beasley's gone.
Michael Gallup,
65 receptions last year are gone from this team.
Just
so where 65. Are these 65 receptions going?
Hopefully to Gallup.
Yeah.
Okay. But Gallup and Cole Beasley are two separate players when you talk about skill set.
Yeah, and yeah.
Do you think it's 86 targets, too?
They're probably going to go to Randall Cobb because he's great.
There we go. That's what I wanted to hear. Randall Cobb.
He's trash.
He is trash.
He's done. He's washed.
You think
So
Cole Beasley's great?
no, but he's at least in his somewhat prime. Randall Cobb is like fell off the cliff a while ago with Aaron Rodgers, who is
He's also
better
been beat up and
than
hurt,
Dak.
if he's healthy, because he's been hurt his last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And when he's on the field, he's a PPR machine.
They're gonna feed Amari, man. They're gonna feed him. He's gonna get the bulk of the targets.
What about Tavon Austin? No? Okay.
The
Still
gadget
even on-
man.
Is he even on the team still?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Alan
he is.
Hearns? No? With that broken leg?
Yeah.
Now,
Don't see
Michael
a good
Gallup
recovery.
is,
Their receiving core just makes me sad.
now,
Okay.
Michael Gallup is something I do want to talk about. Do you guys think Michael Gallup has an increase of the year? I mean, he had 33 receptions, 507 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And granted, those aren't great numbers, right? We're talking about a rookie in a run-first offense that really had no number one for half the season.
Yeah, true.
So now he has a true number one to pull coverage, right? Because if you're going to pull coverage to one side, you're going to Amari Cooper's side.
Yeah, because that's where you know the
But
ball.
his numbers went up after Cooper got there
I don't see a jump. I see a hop. Just a little.
because it's a run-first offense.
A
It really
bumpsy bumps?
is hard to get.
Yeah. Just a little hop. He's going to do better, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the third year breakout. So not the 2019 season,
He
2020
had
season.
a pretty good rookie season.
It wasn't bad. I was saying it wasn't bad when you look at the situation and stuff. It wasn't great. It probably didn't help you in fantasy unless you picked those.
68 targets though. Why only 33 receptions? That's what bothers me. Other than Dak being inaccurate, because he is.
He was
Well, like
14th
week 1
most
against
accurate
Carolina, he
quarterback
had
in the
9
NFL.
targets but only caught 1.
Who was that?
Oh no, it's week 1. He had 1. Where is it? A lot of it was it's sporadic. Like he really didn't get a lot. The most targets he got in a game was 9 against Philadelphia, where he caught 4 of them for only 24 yards.
Yeah. Dak's an inaccurate quarterback, but I'm sure there were some
And
drops
Gallup,
there
what's
too.
Gallup great at? The deep ball, right? That's what his.
Yeah,
like
but
he's got the long arms.
Yeah.
It's a deep ball, and the problem is Dak doesn't throw the greatest deep ball.
His deep ball sucks.
But Amari Cooper's it can be a deep guy, but he's usually a slant and go type guy or something you want to hit quick and try to let him break a tackle.
Yeah. Yards after the catch.
That's Amari Cooper. That's how he lived with
Amari's
Derek Carr.
good for 3 solid games.
Yep.
Remember that.
Pick him.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just pick them.
Roll them
No,
dice.
right now. Let's go.
Oh, pick him?
Right now.
What's you have the
Week
schedule
1
in front of you?
against the Giants.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pick Philly. Whenever he plays Philly,
At Philly or at
They never play well at Philly. Don't pick at Philly.
I'll go at home. Philly at home, and then
that's a Sunday night game. Ugh.
who are they playing on Thanksgiving?
Amari plays better in
Who are they playing on Thanksgiving?
They got Detroit because it's 11 a.m.
that's a
start.
good game.
I'll take that. Take that action, and then let me get one more. How about
Some Washington on Christmas
Giants?
Day.
Maybe the Giants. I'll probably take the Giants.
Week 1 against the Giants.
No, not week
They will
one.
not be. They will not start fast on week
Not
one.
week 1.
Don't do that. No.
No. I'll take the last game they have against the Giants.
They do usually show up on
So at the
Thanksgiving.
Giants after the bye week.
Yeah, I'll take that.
There you go. That sounds
that.
good.
Okay, that's the 4 games. Josh said it here. If he doesn't get it right, he eats dog food. Got it.
No,
Go right
no, didn't say that. So we had talked about this before the show.
Well, off air before Eric got here. Yeah, let's talk about it.
So we were talking about how we tried dog food before. Like I talked about bacon strips. They don't taste like bacon. And dog ice cream. You've tried dog ice
Dog
cream.
ice cream and dog biscuits.
Yeah, so the dry food. But then we're like, canned food. You want to go down that road?
No, don't go down that
So
road.
we did pie bets last year quite a bit. And then we all know about the bet that I have where I will shave my head.
Yeah, I have a pie bet this year as well.
Yeah, you have a pie bet
Sammy
too.
Watkins.
Sammy Watkins.
He's not going to make
Okay. And
it.
he's like, oh, that's what we should do with our next bet.
Eat canned dog food?
Canned
Not
dog food.
like Old Roy.
No,
like,
the wet stuff though.
yeah, but like
It's
talking about
so
the
Caesar. The Caesar.
Caesar.
Nice
it's
little-
so gross.
Have you tried it?
No,
You got a little on your finger and you have to like.
I've
There's only
I've
one way
never
to find
fed
out.
one of my dogs wet food before.
I have
ever.
when they were sick and didn't feel good.
If they're sick, they get chicken and rice.
There's only one way to find
So-
out, Eric.
That's to shove it down your gullet.
We got to
I don't like that.
We got to
in
bet.
that
on it.
case, let's move on to our next team.
You let me know what the bet is.
Wait,
We'll
wait.
talk.
So Amari,
Oh yeah, I want to talk about.
do we predict him to be wide receiver 2 still? Yeah.
He'll
Yeah,
finish wide
mid-
receiver 2,
mid
possibly
wide
Do
receiver
you want
two.
any
1.
piece of that?
Well, I traded him in Dynasty, and his draft price is still probably going to be 3rd, 4th round.
Okay.
Too
You're
high.
paying up.
His ADP is too
Do you
high.
want any piece of Randall Cobb or Michael Gallup?
Mm-mm.
Nope. Okay, good.
I
just
don't.
want to make sure.
What about Jason Witten? You guys want to take a flyer, Jason
Nope.
Witten, if you're like
No.
very in?
Nope.
Let's just move on to the next team.
Mm. I don't like them. No. And I'm a Cowboys fan.
So who's our next team, sir?
We will talk about the Giants. Giants? Okay, Giants.
Ooh.
They are next on the list.
So Eli or Daniel Jones?
Wait, hold on. Sorry, one quick. Amari Cooper, I believe I have him in PPR, which I don't. In standard, he's going at pick 35.
35?
Yeah.
No way.
That's third round, baby.
That's standard.
That's too high.
That's
That's
third.
standard?
Yeah, well, he's a touchdown guy.
That's way too high.
He
No.
finished 19th in PPR.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that good this year, though.
No, he'll do that good. You
No.
just got to pick the games.
And he is 29 in PPR.
Well, that's earlier round 3. It's even earlier, dude.
Ugh, okay, so we
Let's
don't
pick
want.
5.
That's way too high for us.
Yeah.
If he falls to the 4th round, would you guys take him 4th round?
No, I don't
No.
want anything to do with
Okay.
him.
I'm just saying, like,
No.
No, if I
Would
had
you
to
take
choose between
Brandon
him
Cooks?
and canned dog food,
Brandon Cooks. Him or Brandon Cooks?
Brandon Cooks.
Easy.
He's on the Rams
Uh,
offense. Way better than the Cowboys offense.
You're not going to get me to pick.
Zeke is the only guy you want in this
If you
offense.
guys-
Tyreek Hill.
I'd still take Tyreek Hill with 12 games.
You would, Josh.
I can't.
Put your personal opinions aside. Who do you take?
I think Tyreek Hill is a better football.
There you go. Okay.
I don't want anything to do with him because
Calvin
Guys,
Ridley.
put your
Calvin
personal-
Ridley.
I'll say Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's with the Falcons, right?
Yeah,
I'm not
I'll
gonna
take
get
the
in-
number one over.
I'm
Calvin
not going to
Ridley.
get in a position where I take Amari Cooper.
I'm saying if he falls down to pick 50, because that's what we're talking about. Calvin
If
Ridley.
he fall down to
I'd probably still take Ridley.
I
no,
would. I'm taking Cooper.
if he falls down,
Cooper will win me week. Ridley's not winning me crap,
if he falls to me
He
in
had 10
the
teats last year, didn't he?
5th or 6th round, I'll look at him.
and nobody's starting even those 10 games.
All right,
Okay,
So-
moving on to the Giants.
Sounds
Sorry.
like they're the same person.
them boys
no,
are
the Giants.
done. Now the G-men. Eli, you guys want anything to do
So
with
hold
Eli?
on, before we get to the Giants, do you guys think they traded away their best wide receiver? Did you see Odell throw it from one end zone to
100 yards,
You mean
man.
their best quarterback?
That was
Sorry,
yeah,
their
their
best
best QB.
Yes,
Yeah,
QB.
they
they
easily-
definitely traded away their best receiver.
Yeah, sorry.
but they also
Okay.
traded away their best quarterback. Yeah.
Did you see
You mean
that throw,
Sterling
though?
Shepard isn't Golden Tate?
But hold on. Did you? I don't know if you guys watch Highly Questionable when the dad was like, "Is that better than this?" and just kept showing Odell stuff where he kicked a 40-yard field goal, where he dunked a basketball, he had a tee shot that looked amazing. He's just a freak athlete. Like,
He
Odell
is.
can do anything.
He
But
absolutely is.
Let's go on to the Giants, and nobody knows what they're doing in life.
Okay,
What do you want to talk about? You
Where
wanna
did
talk about
Eli finish last year?
Eli
finished
easy.
16.
Don't like him. Don't want him. You're seeing 16? I'm seeing 17.
Would you start him
PPR Fantasy Pros. Yeah.
against the Cardinals in Week 7?
No.
That's his first plus matchup. I mean, I guess the Buccaneers in Week 3.
If I have to start Eli
No.
Manning, something
don't-
went horribly wrong with
You
my
don't-
draft.
Let's just move on.
Period. Dot.
Well, somebody got hurt. Like anything.
Yeah, something went horribly wrong.
Uh,
Somebody got hurt. You're on a crappy bye week. If Eli's your backup, you can do better. I'm sorry.
So-
you can do better.
Now we'll talk Saquon or Zeke. Because really, that's the really only discussion is out of this division. You're not going to throw Adrian Peterson and Whoever
In
Philly's gonna throw
standard, I would prefer Zeke just because of the voluming over Saquon. In PPR, Saquon because he caught 91 balls last year.
sure did.
Monster. Plus, he can break a big one
So,
whenever he wants.
Saquon is
It's
a
insane.
given. You're going to take him. He's going to be the number one pick in a lot of drafts.
Do you guys worry
He will be.
this year with the focus being fully on Saquon? I mean, he had a lot last year where Odell was hurt and stuff.
I don't.
I think he's one of
But
those guys
NFL
that
teams have a year of film. We've seen NFL teams when they get a year of film on a player being able to adjust.
my counterpoint to that is, okay, yeah, they might pick out some tendencies,
Mhm.
but he's a freak of nature. He runs people over. He makes people miss. If he gets into any kind of space, gets any kind of seam, you're not catching him either.
What I'm concerned with is the 7 out of 16 games that he played where he had under 50 yards rushing. We talk about Amari Cooper having these big games, and I understand he makes up for it in PPR,
Yes.
and I'm not arguing that. But you got to think about that in standard. If he's not going to crack 50 yards in 7 out of 16 games, that's almost half.
And his longest touchdown catch was thrown by Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
So, and he's not there anymore, boys.
I don't know if you guys know this.
So I'm not saying don't draft Saquon. Let's not be crazy here.
No.
No.
If you get the number one pick, are you taking Saquon? That's what I want to say right now.
That's what we have to talk about. And it's
number one pick right now. You're on the clock.
It's
Who you taking?
It's format dependent.
You're in PPR, number one pick.
PPR, I want Saquon
Over Kamara.
Over Zeke.
Ooh, in PPR, I'd probably take Kamara.
I'm not.
If I had the number one pick, I would take Kamara just because of their rushing numbers from last year
and their quarterback play.
And his quarterback play. Yeah. So
I don't think you lose either way. In standard, I don't want Saquon.
No, I would take Zeke.
Is he dropping down? Would he drop below? So he drops below Zeke. He drops below Kamara in standard.
He drops below CMC for sure. No, not below CMC. Sorry, he's still above CMC for sure.
Because let's be honest, both of their best format is
PPR.
Yes. What about below?
I think he's right around the Melvin Gordon range for
Melvin
me.
Gordon, James
I was
Conner.
thinking the same.
Him or James Conner in standard. This is.
I'll take Saquon in standard.
Saquon.
Okay.
He's not going to fall far.
No,
but James Conner was 7 last year. So in standard, I'm just.
We normally talk PPR on this podcast, but it is important to know that
you got to talk about all.
Yeah.
Everything.
He's so efficient. 5 yards a carry, 261 attempts, 1,300 yards, and 11 scores. He also had 91 receptions, 121 targets. You don't have Odell there anymore, so those targets are going to come. They're probably going to be a few more because he's your best offensive weapon, and then 4 scores off of that.
Do you think he has the most 8-man in the box?
Yeah.
Of any running back in the
But
league?
look at the defenses he has to play. Philly.
The offensive line is not good.
He's going to play Philly twice. He's going to play Washington twice. He's going to play Dallas twice. Dallas's defense was a lot of smoke and mirrors last year.
But it's a lot of pass rush, and they have no offensive line. We're running really
but they didn't
long
have an
here.
offensive. They didn't have an offensive line last year, and he still did what he did. So I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Okay.
I think he's just a generational
talent.
talent.
I think you might see a little bit of sophomore slump. Now, am I still saying he's going to be a premium running back that you want to get your hands on? Yes, but he's not going to put up the numbers he put up last year.
All right.
I don't think there's any regression for him.
Okay.
I think he's that good. I think he's that talented.
Okay. The touchdowns weren't ridiculous, so I guess that's all right. Any wide receivers on this team are you going near? Sterling Shepard?
G. Tate?
I'll go near Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate. Because look at it, 124 targets went to Odell Beckham Jr. 124.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they go to those guys, or do you think Evan Ingram?
I think it's going to be dispersed, but I think Golden Tate has a good chance to benefit from this more than anyone. Eli's not the deep thrower that he wasn't never really a great deep thrower, but he's not the one that he
That's
even
David
wants to.
Tyree.
Neither was his brother.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that either. Those that last year. Those last 2 years.
They
Real
both
bad.
have. Well, they have noodle arms now because they're
Okay, so
Manning with the neck though. Peyton, it was bad.
Yeah,
I'm okay drafting Golden Tate.
how late?
I'd have to pull up his ADP.
I'll get that.
What's
I'm
his
trying
ADP?
to find out where he
Which one would
finished
you rather have,
last year.
Sterling Shepard or Golden Tate? Right now, just everything's the same. Which one you taking?
Probably Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, I would go with Sterling Shepard.
He finished 29th last year, 7.3 points per game. He didn't blow you out of the water, but he did all right.
I would rather have Shepard, but
Golden Tate was 34th last year, 7.3 points per game.
Golden Tate's the 45th wide receiver off the board. Pick 111. Behind Cortland Sutton, above Kiki QT.
I'm okay.
I like Kiki. I don't really care for Cortland Sutton, but
Who else is around that area, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, so I'll just Marquez Valdez-Scantling, DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, then Golden Tate, Kiki, Curtis Samuel, who I know Eric loves.
I do like Curtis Samuel. He's good.
Mecole Hardman from Kansas City, the guy that
He's not going to do anything.
I like him
he's
too.
Tyreek Hill's going to miss some games. Don't worry about that, right?
Yeah, now that Tyreek, we know he's going to be there.
Dante Moncrief and Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, I like Golden Tate's his ADP.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not for a guy that finished
Now Sterling
34th.
Shepard is the 35th wide receiver.
That's a little too.
He's up in the Allen Robinson, Will Fuller, Larry Fitzgerald, John Allison, Marvin Jones.
Let's not get crazy.
I would rather have Larry Fitzgerald, but other than that, you didn't really say any names that wowed me.
No, Will Fuller's boomer bust.
Geronimo Allison isn't even the second best receiver on his team right now. So
I think these guys
at least Golden Tate's going to
take
catch
one
passes.
in hopes that he catches you a couple touchdowns.
Yeah,
Sure.
And that's really all you're hoping.
Yep.
and Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram, I think, is
He's
by
top
far
five
the
guy.
best tight end in this division.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think he could possibly finish with those top 3 tight ends.
He could.
Of all the tight ends out there this year, he has the best possibility to finish up there with them.
The scenario for that to happen for me is they finally move on from Eli. Daniel Jones comes in. He runs routes in the middle of the field. Rookie QBs love those guys because they can see everything. Hopefully that linebacker doesn't jump that route, but it's an easy route for them to hit.
He was banged
Right.
up last year. And then after Odell got hurt, so the end of the season, after the Chicago game, when he came back, he was 3 catches on 5 targets for 77 yards.
Ooh.
8 catches on 12 targets for 75. 6 on 6 targets for 87. 5 for 8 on 81. So when Odell's not there and he is healthy, he is good. He only got 1 touchdown that span, but when you're getting tight end numbers like that in PPR, you're pretty happy with it.
Yeah. And Eli's got a wet noodle arm, so
And
he's going to look for him. Just
it's
dump
not
it off.
going to take much for him to get up there either, considering he was 7th in points per game at 11.5 in PPR. The guys that were ahead of him, OJ Howard, which we're not really sure how that's going to play out just yet.
Yep.
We've talked about this before, and we'll get into that whenever
Like
we
me
go
some
through that
OJ
division.
Howard, though.
But another thing is Jared Cook. That was for Oakland. Jared Cook was the 5th tight end in Oakland.
Brad's guy. Loves Jake.
Yeah, but now he's on to New Orleans. I don't know if he's going to produce the same way. I personally don't think he will. I see what you're saying. Evan Ingram could be right there with those
In
top
his
3.
best year, his rookie year, where he broke all the rookie tight end numbers, Odell wasn't there.
Yeah, this could easily happen.
Yeah.
I'm on board with you, Brad. I believe it.
All right.
Yeah.
Anybody else on this team? Defense, stay away from. Kicker, stay away from.
No one
At
cares.
least the kicker is.
The kicker might get a lot of opportunities because I doubt they can get it in the red zone unless Zeke breaks a big one.
Like the old kicker used to.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Was that
yeah,
the kicker? That was a kicker.
if you can get Saquon or Ingram, you're in good shape. I wouldn't really try to get anybody else on this team.
All right.
All right. So moving on to the Philadelphia Eagles.
You threw beer cans at me, you jerks.
When you were like 7.
I was like 10, but yeah, it's still
Well,
beer cans.
10-year-old you was probably a dickhead. So
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, probably.
30-year-old.
I'll go. That's fair. Wow.
he's like 32,
The Eagles were 9-7.
what?
The Eagles were 9-7 last
Were
year.
they?
They finished 2nd in the NFC East.
That was a
Did
hangover.
they make the wild
Really
card?
wish they had finished first.
Do what?
Did they make the wild? They didn't make the wild card, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, no,
make the
they
wild
did.
card?
Yeah,
Nick Foles led them to the promised land. So Nick Foles is not there. Save him.
he
Carson
almost led
Wentz
them to the promised land.
Is there. How do you all feel about Carson Wentz?
I think he's overpaid now.
Okay, he's overpaid, but
Great analysis.
So he's been banged up, but we're not too far removed from that year where he was the front runner for MVP until he got hurt, right?
yeah.
This guy can
And he
play.
hurt himself diving for a touchdown.
Right.
Rushing
He
touchdown.
can flat out play when he's healthy. That's not
So
too
he's
often.
the 8th quarterback off the board above Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, and Cam Newton.
I wouldn't take him over Cam. No way.
So
I don't know if I take him over Kyler Murray. Because if I'm taking one of those 2 right there, I might as well take the
Kyler
risky
Murray's so unproven.
I'll throw your name out there.
Really, rookie quarterbacks never plays unproven.
I'll throw your name out there that you might not even think that you would want to take it. I would take Jameis above him.
Yeah.
I would take Jameis above him easily,
Yeah.
and I would feel
That's
good
fair.
about it.
And Big Ben,
Jared
Phillip
Goff.
Rivers.
I would take Goff above him. I would take Mitchell Trubisky above him.
He's coming
What
off
about
the
Jimmy
board.
Garoppolo above him? 2 guys that both were hurt last year.
I don't like Garoppolo at all.
I like Garoppolo. But the thing is I'm not going to have to, because that ADP is so low. You're going to be able to
Garoppolo,
take
yeah.
a guy like Garoppolo late.
Jimmy's pretty, but he ain't hardy.
Garoppolo's
So
134. What I'm getting at is Carson Wentz is 84th overall ADP. So we're talking 8th round.
No.
7th, 8th round.
If he's going, no.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so would you rather take him, or are you going to wait on Big Ben in your your double digit rounds?
I'm waiting on Big
or
Ben
your
in
Jimmy
the
Garoppolo
10th.
double digit rounds.
Or Phil Rivers in the
even your
10th or
Kirk
11th.
Cousins, who you can make serviceable if you play him in the right games. Playing against
Yeah.
bad teams.
Yeah. You're right. Matchup dependent for
Mitchell
him, but
Trubisky,
sure.
stuff like that. I mean, I think some of these guys are a lot lower on ADP. We like better than him, especially because of the injury history. He has a chronic back issue. That is a fact.
What?
So, chronic back issue with a quarterback.
No.
How'd that work out for Tony
That's-
Romo?
No, Philly wouldn't
Not
have
so
given
great.
him all that money if they
Neither
knew
did
that.
those broken clavicles either, though. So
No, they wouldn't have given him all that money if they knew that. No, there's no way.
How much is that guaranteed?
How good is Nate Sudfeld?
107.
Because Nate Sudfeld is the backup. So if you guys have
Because
any
Eagles
info
have
on
never
that-
made bad choices with deals, right?
Mm-mm.
Philly? No,
Philly.
never.
They won a Super Bowl, though.
They did.
And Carson Wentz did
Their
not throw
first
a
one.
pass in
So-
that game.
We'll talk about this crapshoot of running backs, I
Ooh,
guess.
you guys, do we need a running back will for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Ah, gosh.
Well, Miles Sanders apparently can't pass block, according to the latest news, so that's
If I
not
have
good for him.
If I have a quarterback
Is that a
that has a
problem?
chronic back issue, I kind of want a running back that can pass block.
Well, then Jordan Howard's looking like your de facto number
What about
one
Corey
because
Clement? He was all the rage after that Super Bowl.
and he
last
did
year.
nothing.
He did nothing.
Neither
Correct.
did Wendell Smallwood in any of his time there. I don't like any of these guys but Howard at this point. If Sanders can't pass block, he's not going to be in very much.
So the good thing with the running backs, every running back on the team is 25 or under right now.
That's good.
Wendell Smallwood's the oldest one at 25. You got Miles Sanders 22, Jordan Howard 24, Corey Clement 24, Boston Scott's 24, who's probably going to be Josh Adams, who's probably going to get cut, is 22, and Darnell Pumphrey will probably be cut again, is 24. Boston Scott will make the team because he's a special teamer, but
Yeah.
So,
Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, ADPs are almost identical at 82 and 88.
Wow. No, I don't like that.
this year, I'd rather take my shot on Jordan Howard. I know it sounds
And
kind
I
of
agree with you, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Jordan Howard's done it before. He's carried the load. He's been that 1,000-yard guy. He was it for his first 2 years in the league for Chicago. Last year he had a down year, yes, but the offense changed so dramatically that it wasn't featuring him as much anymore. And Philly wants to run the ball. Like you said, Eric, Miles Sanders can't pass block right now. Miles Sanders will be the guy in the future.
He will be.
I believe that, but I don't think he will be this year.
Okay.
And that could change even midway through the season. But right now, if I'm going to take a shot, I'm going with Jordan Howard.
And I agree with you because I don't know if you were a Broncos fan back then, but back when they drafted Clinton Portis, who was amazing out of Miami,
He's a beast.
I've heard
they
of him.
only played him between the 20s. The Broncos did. When they got inside the 20s, they brought in the other running back who they trusted to hold the ball. One thing about Jordan Howard is he might not catch the ball well, but he'll plow ahead even with broken ribs, and he doesn't really fumble.
I mean, in PPR, he was the 20th running back last year.
Who's
That's
that?
not
Jordan Howard?
Jordan Howard, yeah.
For a guy who does not catch.
That does not catch the ball. I think when we did our rankings, I think 20-something catches, 25?
20 catches.
20 catches on the dot. Okay, so
For only 27.
he doesn't
27
catch the ball
targets.
well. Every year you hear more about Jordan Howard working on him catching the pass, right? But if Miles Sanders can't pass block, they run an RPO offense.
And he had
mean-
250 carries last year, only had 2 fumbles.
So you can get
That's great.
So you can get an RB2 in the 7th round. That's what I just.
That's a
heard.
stealsies.
Possibly.
That's. I mean,
You have a chance at it.
you have a chance.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I would take that shot.
So I like I said, I like Jordan Howard. Same thing you do. I think he'll get the touchdowns.
Yep.
They use LeGarrette Blount in that way. They've
That's-
used running backs that don't catch the ball before in this system.
That's actually a piece of news. Jordan Howard expected to see short yardage work with the Eagles.
Boom.
Weird.
Boom. There you go. Crazy.
Next
Pound ahead.
question.
So
So he's the running back we want now.
this receiving core drives me insane.
Okay, the receiving core. Let's get into that.
You don't want no piece of that?
Oh,
Well, that's the thing. I don't know which piece I want.
I know
if I want
Zach
any
Ertz
of them.
is the only piece of the receiving core you
Right.
want.
Okay.
Because
Well-
Carson Wentz with Zach Ertz makes him great. Nick Foles makes the wide receivers good.
Right.
Yep.
But Deshaun Jackson,
Alshon looked good with Nick Foles.
yeah, he did. But Deshaun Jackson can still stretch the field.
He can.
And
But
Carson Wentz
Larry
throws up-
Fitzmagic isn't out there just dropping bombs to him.
But Carson Wentz throws a pretty decent deep ball.
Okay.
So,
Straight up the gut to Zach Ertz.
well, that's true. But he can throw the deep ball. So I feel like
He
if
runs the play
Deshaun
I run
Jackson,
in Madden, where my tight end goes straight, I have wide receivers do something just to pull safeties away. and I
if
still-
Deshaun Jackson can still, and I think he still can because he led the league in yards per reception last year.
he's still fast.
Yeah, he's still crazy fast.
You ain't out throwing him.
I think they'll have a nice little thing. Obviously, Alshon Jeffrey, we know him and Wentz do not mix, so you don't want any part of that.
So Alshon's ADP is 67.
Oh, I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll risk it.
Who's going around him?
Give me a second.
Alshon finished with 14.3 points per game. I understand a lot of that was Nick Foles,
It's not bad.
but I'm good with that, man.
67. The other wide receivers there, Sammy Watkins, Dante Pettis,
Oh, your boy.
Robbie Anderson right after him. Guys above him are Tyler Boyd, DJ Moore, Mike Williams.
Okay, I guess that's right.
I mean, he's in that range where
Sounds
can
fine.
he have great games? Yes. but he's a contested catch guy. And a lot of these younger guys like Dak, like Carson Wentz, don't throw contested catches.
They want separation. They want space.
These backup quarterbacks, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Nick Foles, who literally have nothing to lose because I'm a backup.
Just zing it in there.
Yeah, I'll throw it up to you, and if it gets picked off, meh.
He brought his catch percentage up by like 20 points.
Yeah, but they're still
70%.
But what I'm getting at is his separation rate isn't usually that great.
No.
He's out jumping people to get the ball.
He's got a little case of the dropsies, though. The only problem with this is we talked about Carson Wentz, how injury prone he is.
Alshon Jeffrey only played 10 games last year.
If Nate Sutfeld or Cody Kessler is throwing the ball to these guys, they all go in the tank, including Ertz.
Cody Kessler looked good for a little bit with the Browns a couple years ago.
They all go in the tank. Like, that's just going to be a horrific offense to watch
So
if something
one thing
happens
with
to
wide
Wentz.
receivers and even quarterback play is if the defense is as bad as it was last year,
Oh, they're going to have to throw.
they're going to have to throw it. Does that help bump them up a little bit? The Nelson Aguilars. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Went out there. Nelson Aguilars of it all.
What about Arcega Whiteside? What do you guys think about him?
It's the rookie, correct?
Yeah.
Not this year.
Not this
Not
year.
in this offense this year. Whenever I talk about the sophisticated offenses of like the
The RPO stuff. Yeah. He's not going to grasp it.
He's not
You're
going to
right.
pick it up. Now, could he have a couple good games? I don't see him pushing Nelson Aguilar off the field. I don't see him pushing Deshaun Jackson, because if he does, Deshaun Jackson better get traded, because he ain't afraid to have some gun shells in the back of his car.
That's true.
Look, his car got pulled over in Tampa, and there was gun shells in the back. He wasn't driving it, though. No, I wasn't there. He didn't have a fall guy. Trust me.
I
Gotta have a fall.
If I had a gun to my head, I'd pick, well, no pun intended, gun to my head, I'd pick Deshaun Jackson and Zach Ertz, and then Jordan Howard out of these guys.
Alshon Jeffrey price is a little high, but it could be fine.
Wentz's price is way too high. Way too high for a guy that's hurt as much as he is.
What
Eighth
about-
quarterback off the board? That's insane.
What about Zach Ertz, though? He is ADP of 27.
Are
you guys willing to take him in the third round?
No. No, hell no.
In the third?
27. So
If Kelsey's already gone and Kittle's probably, well,
Kittle's right there.
him or
Kittle's
Kittle, yeah,
32.
him or Kittle are right there.
Exactly.
Look, if you got a good pick at running back in the first round and you're waiting a while and there aren't going to be guys there that you want, they're not going to come back around to you, get a top 3 tight end. Go for it.
Would you rather have AJ Green,
No, because he's coming off an injury.
Marlon Mack,
Never done anything.
Amari Cooper,
No. Actually, I changed my stance on Mac. I would take Mac, yes.
Leonard Fournette? These are guys that are going right after him. I said everything but Patrick.
They're going
Mahomes.
after him?
Yes,
Okay, so no, Fournette and Mac I would take above him.
the running backs.
Yes.
Devontae Freeman. Josh is nodding his head. Yes,
Yeah.
that's great for audio. Thank you.
I suppose.
Well, you weren't asking me. That's
I'm
why.
asking.
He's
I'm sorry.
asking both of us. so-
It's out there.
Under no circumstance would I draft a tight end that early.
You did it last year.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we did it on the podcast together.
I took Kelsey in the
Yeah,
third
that was
round.
not my idea.
Yeah.
Hey, that was our best player all year. I'm just saying.
That's not. Yeah, but that's not my.
Yeah,
That
but
wasn't
that's
my
the best
choice.
player.
The problem with waiting on a tight end is you either have a guy that's consistently going to do well for you, or you have nothing.
The thing is
So-
that you got to look for that guy.
And
This is how championship teams are constructed. I've been in leagues. I've been playing for 10 years. You've been playing for 10 years. I mean, how many times do you see that guy? You've been playing for even longer, Brad. How many times do you see that guy who drafted a tight end in the second, third round win a title? It's rare.
so,
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
because they bought the farm when they didn't have to. They have to go and they have to get the Jared Cook from last year or the Eric Ebron from last year.
the problem with that is tight ends are very injury risk, especially Zach Ertz. Last year was the
Yeah.
first time he has played 16 games since 2014,
That's a good point.
and he only started 5 of those games.
Mm.
So
But if you can have a draft like I did on the mock, where I end up with Aaron Jones, CMC, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, like I made out pretty well in that draft for whatever reasons.
you take him over Amari Cooper, right? You'd rather have a set and free tight end than a wide receiver that you're scared to play.
The problem is that goes down to strategy, right? So sometimes the way the draft falls predicates your strategy.
Sure.
But I don't like having tight end. To me, it's so shallow.
Yeah.
Where you don't need one of these guys to win a title.
Right. If you construct
You
your
don't
running
need it.
backs, your receivers the way you want to,
Yeah.
you're not going to need a tight end to carry you.
In my third round, I want to get a great receiver or another running back.
Solid.
When you won last year, who was your tight end? Eric Ebron?
In Dynasty, it was, yeah.
Which was the top.
Yeah, but I traded for him.
You did.
I didn't draft him.
But what I'm getting at is like you still had a top tight end. Look at a lot of teams. You have a top tight. You might not have drafted a top tight end, but you have a top tight end.
And in redraft, I had to use Trey Burton.
How'd that work out for you?
But
You weren't, and you had some sketchy game. Like you
but
won,
but it worked out.
Sure.
And that's the thing is the same thing. You know, you won year prior to that in our redraft league
with Travis Kelce.
Did you draft him
Yes.
in the third round?
No, it was the fourth round, but still, I took Travis.
That's still a high price for a tight end.
So if you have that guy and he's going to play 16 games, and that's the biggest problem with tight ends. George Kittle is banged up. Travis Kelce, the way the tight end has to play, they're going to have possible injury concerns, and that's the biggest problem.
I'm not worried about Georgie K because he played with like all sorts of busted up crap
he
last
tried
year.
to come off, and they told him no. He was tapping his helmet, and they said, "We ain't got nobody."
Okay.
Real quick, before we get to the next thing, I want to talk to you guys. What do you guys think about the owners proposing to play 18-game season where players can only play 16 games? The reason I bring this up is not only is it going to affect your real life, now it affects fantasy because if you're only getting your top running back for 16 of your 18 games, and heaven forbid it's the last 2 weeks, which is your fantasy playoffs, because they're sealed up their division.
I don't think that the fantasy format should change.
Okay, the fantasy
Ooh, I
format
like
might
that.
not.
I
But
like
still,
that.
all right, we have your quarterback is, just throw me a random good quarterback up.
A random good quarterback?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson's your quarterback.
Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, right? Who was banged up last year.
Load management.
They're going to Jacksonville. They say, we're not going to play you in Jacksonville because I don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah.
That's week 4. You're playing against your division rival that you need to win, but now you're starting quarterbacks out.
Yeah,
It's going to take a lot more strategy.
It's going to be a problem.
Handcuffing is going to become a bigger thing. So this,
I don't think it ever happens.
proposed rule.
Apparently, the NFL Players Association president is very against this.
Yeah,
And
but
The players are.
Association is against a lot of things, and we see how that goes in collective bargaining. It doesn't work out.
Here's the only scenario where I see they get extra games is that the owners change the split of revenue and do guaranteed contracts.
They will do guaranteed, but there'll be 2 or 3 year deals like the NBA has, and that's
Right.
the problem.
But will they?
Baseball money.
And they'd have to give up. They'd have to give up percentage of the caps, like for like Supermax, Max, stuff like that, like bird rights kind of stuff. If they don't do, I feel like if they don't do that and give up some of the revenue, like in terms of the 50-50 split, whatever it is, 48-52 right now or something like that, I don't think you ever see more than 16 games. I just don't think it'll happen. I did see one proposal on Twitter where the guy was like, okay, go to 18 games, but you change the quarter lengths and you get the same number of minutes of football.
The one good thing about this is we probably get football sooner. We'll get rid of those last 2 preseason games that nobody cares about, which would probably help us out.
I really don't think we ever see it. I'll be 100% honest.
They want to go to 18. 18's been. This isn't something new.
The owners want to go to 18. No player does, though.
No, players do as long as their paychecks
reflect that. They
get the extra money for it.
But they're not going to until the new CBA. So enjoy the lockout. Enjoy the strike there, fellas.
Another thing, we'll talk about fantasy when we get that. Okay, just something I wanted to bring up real quick, a little bit of news out there to kind of break up the monotony of talking about this. Anything else on the Eagles we want to talk about?
No.
We beat that dead horse?
Kicker might be good.
I think we should get to the most exciting team now. And by that, I mean the least exciting team for fantasy.
The Redskins?
Oh, yeah.
So Washington, right?
Who cares?
You guys just want to call them Washington since the name's not trademarked?
Washington.
And we can make our own stuff because they lost their trademark
The
license.
Deadskins?
Yes.
The Deadskins, yeah. Whatever.
So quarterback
The Washington
situation.
National
Who
Football
starts
Team?
week 1?
Quarterback?
Yes.
Keenum.
It might be Haskins, dude.
I think Case starts.
Haskins is probably the better quarterback.
You guys want to put a pie bet on it?
I'll do pie bet.
This one isn't one that I feel strongly about, to be honest with
It's
you.
just a pie.
Okay.
I'm not saying
I know,
dog
but
food.
if I don't believe in this,
You know
You can
what?
post
I'll
it
make
on
a fun.
Instagram.
I want to make a fun pie bet that we can have week 1. I'll do it with you, Eric. I'll take
Okay.
Haskins. You take
I got Case.
Case Keenum. We'll shake
All right.
on it. Make it official.
sir. Write it down.
Right there.
dog food?
I'm not doing the wet dog food.
Yeah, we're not doing
I
dog food. Not for
refuse.
this one. This is a crapshoot one at the
Wait
most.
till we get heated in the season.
Oh, no, we'll do one then. But it's gonna
I
be
don't think I'll
that's
ever
gotta be
agree to a wet dog food bet.
But if it's something you're like 100% sure of. Oh, are we doing an injury clause to ours? If one of these quarterbacks gets hurt, the bet's off?
I think that's fair.
For week 1? Oh,
Yeah.
like if they get hurt in the preseason? Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because Colt McCoy ain't playing.
we've talked about which one we talked about which one that you guys will think will start week 1. Do you want either one of these guys?
In redraft?
Yeah.
No.
No, not
Okay.
redraft.
Okay, so that's easy. We don't really need to
Two
go.
QB league, I'm looking that way.
I mean, you
Obviously,
never know.
that's-
Haskins might come out and light the world on fire. We'll see.
If I have to take one of the two, I want Haskins, and I don't want Case Keenum. I've seen enough of that show. I'm good.
Yeah,
He
it's not
looked
great.
good in the Rams offense.
No, not in the
Minnesota's
Rams
offense.
In Minnesota's
Minnesota's offense. Yeah, he looked good there.
and he
when
still wasn't great.
The Minnesota Miracle.
No, you can keep him. I don't care about that. Dwayne, if I'm gonna take one of them, I'll take Dwayne.
I want to talk about pass catchers because I think running back is the only thing here even worth spending a lot of time on. So I want to kind of get through a lot of
Okay,
the
go
other
ahead,
stuff.
go for it.
So pass catchers there. Jordan Reed, he's going 115th or 100. Oh, sorry, 159. So 160. So probably not even really drafted in most of your leagues. Jordan Reed, do you want to take a flyer as him as your tight end,
Absolutely.
Eric?
I mean,
They're at the Eagles week 1. So
he's had years where he was one of the best guys in the league. So if you can get him late, sure.
okay.
If
And Case Keenum made Kyle Rudolph look good. That was
He
Kyle
did.
Rudolph's best year.
And we talked about roster construction based on the draft. If it falls the way I know we like to do it, we've got our running backs, we've got our wide receivers, we got our quarterback in the later rounds, tight end, defense, and kicker come way late. Take a flyer on Jordan Reed if you want to construct that way for sure.
Is there any wide receiver there do you want? Paul Richardson, Josh Doxson, Trey Quinn.
I've never even heard of half these guys.
I know, and they're all going after Jordan Reed in ADP.
Okay, now there's only one guy here that's really relevant, and that's Trey Quinn.
Because he's unknown.
No,
Because he had some good games last year.
he's going to line up in the slot.
Okay.
Okay. The
Case
shorter
Keenum,
routes,
gone.
yeah.
Crowder's gone too.
Case Keenum does one thing
And one thing. Okay.
well-ish,
Okay.
and the most okayest quarterback ever.
Is that AT&T commercial? Okay is not enough or whatever.
Yeah, just okay.
Something like
Good.
that.
Yeah, we're okay. Your stuff will be okay. So that's why Trey Quinn's relevant. He will line up in the slot. Case Keenum loves slot receivers. He proved that last year in
Jay Gruden
Denver,
loves slot receivers.
the year prior in Minnesota. It's relevant. Jay Gruden loves him. Case Keenum loves him. I'm not saying go out and bet the farm on him, but I'm saying later in the draft, you see those names out there, just scoop them up, hold on to them for a couple weeks. Let's see what happens.
191 ADP.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
191.
That's a waiver wire pickup.
Yeah, it's a waiver wire pickup.
Now, if you're in
They
a
play the
league,
Eagles week 1.
That's your Johnny Manziel.
Playing week 1 against the Eagles and trading.
Yeah.
if you're in a league where those kind of things cost you money, like in an auction league, don't bother.
You do a $1 bid on him.
And he looks like Cole Beasley.
Yeah, I
He's
guess.
a guy,
But he's
honestly,
taller.
in an auction.
Yeah.
He
He's
does.
a guy
No, he does.
in an
No, I
auction
have it up.
that I would like to throw out there early. When everybody's got a lot of money and people aren't paying attention, you throw him out there for $1. You're either going to get him for $1 or somebody's going to spend $4 on him. And
Yeah.
they wasted $3 on a dude that
Or maybe they won the whole thing, right?
I love auction leagues. They're so much fun.
I got to do them in person. I hate doing them online.
You got to do them in person, yes. But they're
Online,
so much fun
boring
when you do
because
them in
they
person.
take so long and that you don't have the rep.
Yeah. They're great.
All right, so I guess we can just move on
Did
to...
you realize that Case Keenum in ADP is going after Bryce Love?
What?
I don't know who Bryce Love is.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a running back that has a torn ACL. Case Keenum's ADP is 296.
Where did
That's
Bryce
probably
Love's
Let me
appropriate.
look at his stats
280.
real quick.
That's appropriate.
Where
for
did
him.
Case finish last year? Or
All
how
right,
did he
so
do last
Bryce
year?
Love is actually on the same team.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Just the team,
And he is the fourth string running back.
he's going to be on the PUP or IL.
Probably won't even play.
Yeah, IR.
So this is what you wanted to get into, the weed zone.
Yeah, the running backs because we have Darius Guys, Adrian Peterson, and Chris Thompson's still there.
Chris Thompson's great for PBR.
He is, and Darius
will-
Guys coming back from the knee. Only one running back's ever came back great from a knee. Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, because his was like
No,
a
lot of
baby's
guys tear
knee.
the ACL.
And come back their first season back are amazing.
He won the rushing title that year.
He ran for 2,000 yards.
Yeah, it was
Pretty
unbelievable.
good. Pretty dang
Only
good.
one. Usually it takes running backs a while. We talked about this with Dalvin Cook.
I don't think you can compare those guys to Adrian Peterson
you can't. That's what I'm
in any
saying.
way, shape, or form.
So
He's a
I don't
specimen.
think Darius Guys is going to be what his ADP. His ADP has him at 67.
Ew.
Exactly. That is what I'm getting at. Is his ADP has him at 67.
That's too high, guys. It's
I
too
believe-
high.
I believe in taking a shot.
Not that shot.
In Dynasty?
Not that shot.
In Dynasty, and I got like 2 or 3 other running backs. And I
Stash
can
'em. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe in taking a shot.
Because he's
Not that
22
shot.
years old. A
Please
34-year-old
don't-
guy that's going to be right behind him who we know wants the rock.
Oh,
yeah. Please don't draft Darius Geis in the 4th round.
Adrian
Please don't do
Peterson
that.
is going 121.
He had over 1,000 yards last year, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
It's like 1,004. but
Yeah, it
counts.
wasn't much, but
It counts.
it was still pretty good.
So
I'll take it.
How do you do rushing?
would you rather have
or
Adrian
catching?
Peterson over Darius Guys? Because you're not taking him in the 6th round. Are you, Josh?
No, I'm not taking him in the 6th round. God, no.
Mm-mm.
The hamstring news is what really changes this for me,
Yeah.
because before that, I was actually kind of high on Darius Geis,
Well,
and I
because
thought,
it was affected knee.
no, not that, not because of the infection. I was high on him coming out of college. I thought that he fell too low in the draft and anything. But anyway, the point is Adrian Peterson is going to be the guy. He re-signed. We see the hamstring thing. They're not going to be in a hurry to rush him back. If he even feels a little tweak or whatever, they got AP there. There's no real hurry. Darius Geis, and for all intents and purposes, he might not play much this year or for the Redskins in general.
Yeah, they might decide to cut bait if he's hurt all year.
Right
again.
now, he's in the 2nd round, so he's still in a relatively cheap contract.
Yeah, so redraft. I want no part of Darius Guys.
Yeah, I think unless the ADP falls,
Because he's not going to get the pass catching work.
no.
Because Chris Thompson's still there. Chris Thompson's still going to get the pass catching work. We all agree with that?
Yeah,
Sure. So
until
question.
he gets hurt.
So if it's between guys like Geis or Rojo or Carry-On or Deonta Foreman,
Easy.
you taking all those guys before Geis?
Yeah, this isn't even a conversation.
Okay.
I don't want guys until double-digit rounds if I had to take him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He's a flyer guy. The hype is high. He's
His
on his
ADP
team,
is
but if
crazy.
he's got Haskins as his quarterback with no wide receiver threats out there. It's going to be very hard for him to run up the gut.
His ADP is 67.
And if I remember correctly, LSU running backs know one way to run.
Straight.
Straight ahead. Leonard Fournette, straight ahead.
Bama running backs are relatively the same way.
Exactly.
They run
have
straight to the back
ginormous-
of the damn line. That's what they do. What?
They have ginormous offensive lines. They're used to having great gaping holes to
Yeah.
run through.
When all of them are NFL starters, yeah. It's
Who?
pretty-
LSU running
Alabama.
backs? Alabama running backs?
Yeah, but how many other than Mark
No,
Ingram?
they're offensive lines.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
all starters.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
NFL.
Okay, yeah, that.
A lot of them are even Pro Bowlers in the NFL.
And then there's 5 stars waiting
No,
behind them.
so
Keep paying them boys.
the price
there,
for
Nick.
Darius Guys too high. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with that. If you have him in Dynasty with the price being this high, are you looking to sell him?
No.
I would be.
Ooh.
Some of that is team construction.
Well,
too.
it's a hamstring injury. He could come back from it
If
and
you're
be
a
good.
contending team, Darius Guys isn't going to help you win this year. You wouldn't move him for an Edelman?
You're not going to. If you get Julian Edelman for Darius Geis,
You throwing a pick?
okay, a future one.
Yeah, one or two. With Darius Guys to get Edelman? Or even maybe a 3rd round pick? I don't know how deep your league is, but
Yeah.
would you? Because Edelman, I don't know what, it depends on your team, but
Edelman's in PPR, he's
if you're a
super
contending
valuable.
team that has Darius Guys, chances are you probably are relatively deep at running back,
Yeah, it could be.
and you might need some wide receiver help. Edelman is a great fill-in or even starter. I'd probably move him for even Amari Cooper if I'm a contending team. Depending on what wide receiver situation. Brandon
Sure.
Cooks.
Definitely moving
If
for
I can
Cooks.
turn him for Cooks, if I can take Robert Wood, any of the Rams
Yeah,
guys.
if you're talking about like an offense like the
what
Rams or
about
the
Tyreek Hill,
Saints or
who
something like
everybody's
that.
down on right now, worried about suspension?
If you can get
I know
Tyreek
Josh
Hill for
wouldn't,
Geis, yes, absolutely you do that
If
for
you
sure.
could take a player of Tyreek Hill's talent and caliber, I would do that as well.
Yeah. Ryreek
Did
Real.
that hurt?
Ryreek
It
Real.
looked like it hurt
No,
when you
Ryreek
said
Ill
that.
is what he's saying. He's saying for Ryreek Ill, he would. The
Yeah.
illest.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
like you had to like
stand where I stand.
you were choking on him as those words as they were
Stand
coming
where I
out.
stand.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even be scared to move him for Ronald Jones, maybe because
Rojo's bigger. He thinks he's going to be
so
better.
Ronald Jones had such a bad year last year and was healthy. Darius Guys, we haven't seen it yet. So the unknown, the mystery box. Anything can be in the mystery box.
Including a day off.
Yeah. Anything.
So do you want to bet your day off or a day off?
yeah. So
Yeah.
would you guys move Guys for Ronald Jones?
I would move him for Penny.
Well, yeah, but I think it's going to be a little too high.
Nah.
We saw more from Penny last year than we Ronald Jones. I'm trying to say like a sell low guy.
No, I like coming out of the draft. I like guys better. I would hold on to guys.
Okay,
personally.
If I'm trying to win now, I'd probably move him for Rojo. If I'm deep at running back.
You kidding me? They re-signed Peyton Barber, dude. He's a future. No, he's not. Doo-doo.
That whole Tampa Bay, what a dumpster fire. Oh. Their backfield. They're running their backfield. And
don't
I mean
forget
that
about Samaj JP, Ryan. He's still there too.
Oh yeah. I just didn't see him because he's not showing up on my ESPN.
You know, when I looked at his name, I was like, I remember there being a lot of hype around him one year. And then nothing, he just faded into nothingness.
Well,
He was supposed to take Fat Rob Kelly's job.
that's right, Fat Rob. That's right. He killed it that year.
Jay Gruden, man. I don't know if it's Jay Gruden or if it's just how they.
It's Jay Gruden.
It's Daniel Snyder too. Let's
My
be
wife
honest.
doesn't.
Oh,
like
he's a terrible owner. He is the James Dolan of
Is he worse
the
than
NFL.
Jerry?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Jerry's gotten better because he let his son take over.
Right. Jerry is letting
So
the
when Jerry
people.
was in charge.
Jerry is letting people that are younger and more
'Cause
in
Jerry's
tune with
older.
what's going on in the league.
Because Daniel Snyder's still a lot younger.
Right. But Daniel Snyder thinks he knows better, just like James Dolan thinks he knows better. Knicks fans, how you feeling about that? Not
They're
great,
some of
right?
the richest people in the world.
Yeah, okay,
They
you're
didn't
good at
get
business.
to where they were by people telling them what to do.
Right.
He started FedEx.
Who did? Dan Snyder?
Dan Snyder.
Yeah, that's
He owns
pretty good.
FedEx. That's why it's FedEx Field. Because
That's pretty
he put
solid.
his naming rights on
Congratulations, dude. You know what Steve Ballmer did? He's like, hey, logo, Jerry West, come on over here, man. Help me build this team. And guess what he did? He got Kawhi and Paul George.
The Knicks got Bobby Portis.
And Markieff Morris.
And Marcus.
They got
Marcus Morris, sorry.
They got Marcus Morris to move from the Spurs to them. You're leaving the Spurs.
What an idiot.
They also got a couple other big men, too. They got so many big men.
Yeah.
Nerlens Noel?
They didn't get Nerlens.
No. What was the other one they got?
They're
Who
still- I
cares?
think they're still paying Joe Kim Noah, but
They are still paying.
Oh, yeah, because they stretched
They
him.
stretched him, yeah.
Anyway,
they're still
yeah,
paying.
we're-
They're going to pay him for a couple more years.
Don't worry,
It's not like Bobby Bonilla
the reason
every
the
year.
Lakers
but-
didn't have money this year is because they're still paying Luau Deng. Just don't forget about that, guys.
Yeah.
Are
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They stretched him too?
Yeah.
They're lucky they got rid of Mozgov's contract because if they
Oh.
hadn't, they'd be screwed.
Oh, that Mozgov contract.
So next
really
week,
helped them out with that one.
we're going to integrate some more Stranger Things into this show, which hopefully you two are finished.
If I
with.
get an opportunity to watch it, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's
We
because
need to get an opportunity.
Look, I have
Download
a
it, watch
very,
it at work like a man.
I have a very,
Right.
I have a very finite amount of time to myself. And as I explained to Josh this week, I don't think you two understand how deep my gaming addiction goes.
I don't think you know this. I had Stranger Things on the TV. I was paying $2K on the Switch, and I had my phone streaming baseball. I'm all over the place
Okay,
here.
you're playing 2K.
I don't know how he gets anything.
I'm playing online PvP, grinding for a weapon
Yeah.
that I need.
I'm grinding for players.
I gotta
okay?
have it. Yeah,
Gotta
but you
get that VC.
what?
VC. It's
Are we trying to get Vince Carter?
No,
Ooh,
virtual.
I did sign it with you.
Oh, virtual currency. Right, EA, how they make money every year. And
Woo woo. I don't pay a single
2K.
dime for this version. Of 2K.
All right.
nice. Good for you. Don't buy EA
You
games.
ready to send this on to the stratosphere?
I'm ready.
We
dude.
haven't talked about the FSA.
Oh my gosh.
I feel bad.
Yeah, we should.
We're an hour and 20 minutes into this thing, and we have not talked about the FSA, which I'm super pumped about because guess what? Everybody gets to play. You could have Todd Gurley, but you could be going against Todd Gurley. You could have Le'Veon Bell.
That's so cool.
and Todd Gurley. and be
Mirror
going
match.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's cool. And if you guys tune in, maybe we'll have a little special that we're going to run for our listeners next week for the FSA.
Because you two got in, correct?
Little discount.
Josh, I know you're in.
I
for
did
sure.
not.
I'm in.
You didn't get in?
I would
All right.
love to, but if I don't think I can juggle more than one league.
Okay.
2 leagues.
So what we're going
This
to do with Josh, for sure, since he's in, I want to do a show during Josh's draft.
Oh,
oh,
Or at
that
least
would be
talk about his draft.
awesome.
I think it's a slow draft, so I think we're going to have to do it over time. But if we can do it live with you, or just at least talk through Josh's team.
No, that would be
and the
fantastic.
cool thing is the guy who runs it, he's actually going to come out to Vegas with me next year, and we're going to go to the draft.
What, to the draft?
And I think
Oh, it is in Vegas next year. Nice.
you guys
dude.
are more than welcome. to
Yo, did you
join.
get Raiders season tickets yet?
No, I'm not getting Raiders season.
Oh,
It's your son's favorite team.
I don't care.
It's your son's favorite team.
You should get Golden Knights tickets though. You should definitely do that.
I heard it is awesome. You should get, was it 51 tickets?
So, yeah, because
We got to finish this podcast real quick.
All right.
And then
All
we
right.
can finish the
do your
conversation.
FSA.
yeah, because
All right.
do the FSA. We'll
You
talk
guys
about
go
it.
ahead. please go to fsa.fr/fr.com, fsa-fr.com. Go check them out over there. You guys should talk to Brian. It's only $50 to sign up. You got until July 31st. July 31st to sign up. Make sure you tune into us. There are 16 different regions. There's so much stuff going on in the FSA. If you don't believe me, contact the owner, Brian. Brian is an incredible guy, and he will give you every piece of information you want. You want to talk to someone who owns an LLC business, and they can do whatever they can to help you, the individual. This guy will give you his personal phone number. I'm telling you, please go to fsa-fr.com.
Yep, and don't forget to check out Veterans Referring Veterans.
Ooh, yeah.
Because they are amazing. They're out there. Great companies for all these veterans out here that are just, hustling like everybody else. They just had to wait a lot longer in life to get to the hustle.
Get you some coffee. Get you some, what
else?
They
got everything.
Everything. You name it. There's probably a veteran-owned store that sells it.
in your local area, okay?
They actually are plumbers on there.
I know. It's the Angie's List of veterans.
It is.
They may have some profanity, but guess what?
Get you some T-shirts. Yeah. Do it all.
You can't say profanity without professional.
That's nice.
Okay, so.
Yeah, send us off in the night here.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Sleep.
If you can hang in till the end.
Thanks for tuning in to Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook at Empty Wagon FF. Brad, you'll be at Tack Jones. Eric, you'll be at Guns of Veld 19. And I'm at FF Josh Hughes. We're here for you guys. Shoot us some questions, whatever you want. We're here. We love you. And we will see you next week.
That's smooth as butter closing.
Oh, yeah, it is.